Just realized I don't really know how to start this off immediately.
Hey,
Do I do an
Sounds like
intro?
everything.
Do I do what do I do? Now I'm totally
what are we
blanking.
calling the campaign?
Yeah, I guess I can start with that. So, hello everyone to all my players and all of the other D&D enthusiasts out there. My name is Chris. I am running a game for my greatest friends that I have that we play D&D together. This is kind of very unprofessional, but that's because we're just starting out with this. So, yeah, like I said, my name is Chris. I am the Dungeon Master for this campaign called Whispers of the Hexlands. It is a homebrew D&D campaign that is based in a setting that I've been working on for 14 years or so. And all of my friends helped me flesh it out so much more. And we've been playing in it for quite a while, and we just, are having a lot of fun with it. So definitely bending the rules of D&D and what is possible and what is allowed, but still having a great time and using the confines of Dungeons and Dragons to kind of build a wonderful story together. So we'll start off with some other introductions. We have Ben, one of our players here. Ben, you want to introduce your character?
Hello, my name is Coriander Cornwell. I am right here, I suppose. I don't know what else to say. That's him. He's yeah.
All right. And Nick, you want to introduce your character?
Right, well, my name is Draylen Vryn. I've lived in this city for a while and have developed a bit of an accent because of it. But I'm a sorcerer and we're been working in the temples.
All right. Awesome. David, you want to introduce your character next?
Hello, I'm Elbegaran Susrelin. I am a female lightfoot halfling. I am the child of merchants. That is in a shop not doing very well. And so I'm turning to thievery.
Awesome. And finally, Melissa, if you would like to introduce your character.
Hello there, my name is Nobody. Because that's who I am. I'm just nobody.
All right, perfect. Well, we will go ahead and get started here with the session. When we last left our heroes, you had just come out of a disaster in the city of Davish, this dwarven hub of trade, commerce, artisanship, and wealth in the continent of Misria, in the eastern continent of Misria. Or rather, the eastern half of the continent of Misria. Semantics. And had fended off a very scary demon attack that ravaged the inside of Davish, and people have just been picking up the pieces since then. It's been about, I'll say, a day and a half at this point since it happened. You all were awarded sort of like a recognition medal from the Davish Guard, saying that, you know, they recognized your bravery and your assistance in calming and assisting the citizens and also defending from these demons that were running an incursion throughout the city. So, we pick up here in a small, dusty house, rickety, kind of poorly taken care of, very much dated, as in there are old pieces of furniture in this house. Everything is kind of cluttered together and disorganized, but there are now like little patches of organization starting to happen inside of this small home. And we find all of our heroes here inside of this house together with Coriander Cornwell inside of Arden Growth's house. Your mentor, Coriander. Mentor, friend, and patient. So yeah, we'll pick up there. What is everybody doing? Coriander, how are you feeling right now?
How soon after the events of what just happened is this?
It's been about a day and a half.
Okay. I would say Coriander is, he had his big cry. He's still absolutely broken. I feel like Coriander at this moment is probably, sitting at the main desk that Arden used to sit at, and is just kind of somewhere else. Like, mentally, he's somewhere else. He's got, there's all these papers strewn about. He's got that thing that Arden gave him just kind of rested on his lap, and he's just kind of got his hands on it.
Yeah.
Just kind of gazing off into space.
Yeah. And you haven't brought yourself to clean up the kind of bit of porridge that you made for him the other day. It's kind of gotten stale and cold, and there is a big lump of jam that seems untouched in the center with these like kind of now crackling and carved what looks like the beginnings of some sort of runes that he has tried to etch into the top of this breakfast that is now since like crumbled and collapsed.
Sorry, my brain shut down.
This
This is the day I'm having. So sorry. He's definitely not in the mood to have to handle this, but he also doesn't want another infestation of some kind because Arden's house was prone to that. So I'll say he, gets up, places the orb on the desk, gets up and looks into the porridge.
Yeah.
And is going to clean it up. But this is like the last interaction that he had with him. Mm-hmm. And then he was lucid. Does he see anything there that he might be able to recognize as something?
Give me a, as you're looking into this kind of like bowl of disgusting porridge that's been left out for a couple of days, go ahead and give me an Arcana check to see if there is anything you can glean from this. Arcana or Insight, whichever one you feel is better.
Well, you're not going to believe me, but that's a nat 20.
Holy shit! All right.
And the power of narrative already begins.
Question,
First
yeah.
roll.
Question, how much am I allowed to cuss?
Whatever you want. It's fine.
We're all adults.
Yeah.
You're the youngest one.
So looking through the porridge here, you go and when like you leave jam out for a little while and the liquid starts to separate from it and it gets warm and kind of just like it starts getting real runny and it's kind of like filling in the cracks of these runes here. You see that there is a specific like necromantic rune that is carved in one of the corners. There's an illusion magic, or like rudimentary kinds of things, as well as there are some runes that seem to have been carefully like made and then crossed off, like there's a line through them, and at the bottom there is real quick, what languages do you speak?
What languages do I speak?
Yeah.
A bunch of them. Give me a sec. Where's my mouse? Sorry, I don't have a lot of space here.
That's fine.
I speak Common, Common Sign Language, Dwarvish, Halfling, and Infernal.
Okay, cool. Unfortunately, you cannot read what it says, but there is a distinct kind of pattern that are not equivalent to any sort of runes that you've seen before, but they're there, and it's longer than you normally you've seen of any other kind of like runes depicting magic.
Okay. Is there are there any papers on the desk, any tomes that I've seen that may have some of this etched or written in there?
Yeah, he definitely has some tomes that are here that depicts like different languages and things like that. Some of the pages you can see that are strewn about on the actual table here. He had some documents and some papers and things, but he also just like in his haste and impatience has just fully torn pages out of books to have them be even more portable than a book actually is or already is. So yeah.
Okay.
Did you set down the glass ball when you went to investigate?
I put it on the desk.
Yeah, so it's on the desk there.
Elgarn has immediately stepped behind and is investigating the glass ball. As you are doing your thing, just kind of...
How close are you to it?
Well, touching it.
You set it down.
She was the one who was playing in the invisible blood in the street.
I understand. Andrew's usually a very level-headed person,
Yeah.
but his world has been rocked. He is going to turn around, notice that you have it, and snatch it out of your hands.
Are you gonna notice?
Are you?
What?
You're kind of distracted.
I am kind of distracted.
Elbagaran,
I'm also
are you
really sad.
are you doing this stealthily? Are you trying to like?
Well, trying.
Okay.
What's your perception there?
Yeah, your passive perception. If you'd like to make an
Is it-
active sleight of hand check, then you can.
Is it more than a 6?
My passive perception? It is more than a 6!
Yeah. So you go and you see, just as you're starting to like kind of like browse through some of the tomes, you're like, no, pulling some stuff out. You see out of the corner of your eye, Elbagaran has hopped up on his chair and is like full on like bright eyes, pupils fully dilated, like going and like to like grab this thing here, thinking that she's incredibly sneaky. And you actually see this orb, now that you can actually visualize it, is not fully an orb. It is faceted in a way that makes it feel smooth and look smooth. So the facets are there are so many facets to this actual like crystalline orb that it looks like shimmery and iridescent, though it's just looking that way because it's reflecting so much light in so many different directions. And as Elbagarn is going to touch this thing. You can see, because your eye is more trained to magic, you can see sort of like small things start to like come off of this orb here. And what do?
I'm gonna snatch it out from in front of her, and I'm gonna pull it close to me and be like, "Oh my god, don't!"
And totally just gonna play as if to like smooth out the tablecloth or whatever. Like, there's some crumbs here. You don't want that on there. There we go.
Oh my god, I don't know what this is. I was handed this by. I was told to guard it with my life. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's dangerous. Don't touch it.
Right.
I'm sorry. And he's going to hold it in one arm while he's looking through the tomes again.
Mm-hmm. The stone gives you a little bit of calm as you're kind of grasping it closer to you, and you can feel what you felt before when you had this stone. This kind of like immense magical well of energy that is there ready to be released. And yeah, it just kind of sits there and feels like almost like a magical heartbeat of magic that is just kind of like pulsing slowly, where you can feel it and respond to it.
You said there's facets on there. If I go to try to touch one of them, does that do anything?
The facets just seem to be purely, aesthetic, really. It's all just kind of like, it's not like shaped in any way. It's more of just a crystalline orb, but it's just cut really finely, very reflective, and this kind of like deep red hue of this thing is just there, and it feels nice to touch and hold.
It's red?
Yes, it's red. Did I not say that before?
I don't remember. I was just
Don't remember either. I was
being,
imagining a different color.
clear or white.
I was definitely imagining a clear, like,
Yeah.
I think you just said glass ball. I don't think you indicated a color before.
Nope.
Yeah, well, it was
no,
wrapped up in a cloth before, and it wasn't
Ah.
taken out, so I didn't describe the
Yeah,
color.
see, I
so,
just remember the word orb.
Yeah.
Herb.
Okay.
Anything special about the cloth now that it's been left on the table?
Yeah. Yes. There is something special about the cloth. It does look well crafted. However, it's incredibly old.
Do I get a sense from just kind of my merchanting about how old it might be?
Yeah, I can go ahead and give me a history check.
Oh, history's not going to be good.
She's
Who
just a
knows?
baby.
Oh, well, it's an 18 on the die.
Oh, nice.
Is an 18.
An 18. Wonderful. This specific material has not been crafted in a number of years. We're talking pre Holy Wars here. So well over 20 years. And came from Northern Haven Hollow, when Orem Vale and Haven Hollow started to trade together. But it's very old. Definitely not made anymore. Could be pretty valuable, honestly. But it's very weathered. It's very, old. Does not smell good at all. And it
Does
kind
it
of like
smell like Arden?
it smells like Arden's pits. It's not pleasant.
Where he was stored. How big is the ball?
It's about like this big. It's not. You can hold
Okay.
it in one hand.
Like Pokeball size.
Yeah, about Pokeball size.
Considering my
Not
size,
sponsored.
probably 2 hands.
Yeah, 2 hands definitely.
Okay, but still, like a good like the cloth is like good handkerchief size.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything like etched, like stitched into it?
There's some embroidery around the edges. It's more of like flare embroidery that is also doubling as the stitching to keep the ends from fraying. However, it's weathered, so some of the embroidery is coming off, and the edges are starting to fray now. But yeah, it's got like this. It's like well, it used to be purple. It's now faded to like a brownish kind of color. And there is the gold embroidery thread that has gone around in kind of like looping patterns around the perimeter of the cloth.
I'm gonna pull out like just another. I'm sure I've got something on me, a sash or something. Definitely not of as good quality, but much newer and
Mhm.
less worn.
Yeah.
And not stinky. And I'm gonna like kind of like fold the other one, like, and then offer the nice clean cloth. Like, here, why don't you hold it in this instead?
Coriander wants you to stop fucking touching Arden stuff. And he's going to.
I left it there. I only just like kind of folded it up over there, and I offer you a clean cloth.
He appreciates the fact that you're being respectful. You know what? He knows that you probably know that he's stressed. So he's gonna look down, he's gonna take a deep breath, and he's going to pick up the cloth that you just folded and stick it in his pocket. And he's going to
Why
take
are
the
you so
cloth that you're
submissive?
offering him. He's gonna take the cloth that you're offering him, and he's going to say, "Thank you, Elbagaran. I will do that." And he's gonna wrap it in that cloth, and he's still gonna hold it to him. While he is still looking for runes and things because he wants to know what's going on.
Draylin and nobody, what are you doing in this space as this is going on?
I think that nobody was standing by the door, just like watching this mirthfully, and then like when they seem to wrap up with their little banter, shall we call it? I think nobody will start browsing around as well. I have a much higher vantage point than Coriander does, so like I'm up at the top shelves looking at you know, if there's anything etched in on the upper shelves, anything that I can see that Coriander might not be able to.
Sure.
Be looking around for magical items as well, and maybe I'd probably during this whole exchange I'd take my 10 minutes and I'd cast detect magic as a ritual spell,
Okay.
and just kind of look around the house and see what there is for me to find.
Absolutely. So we'll resolve nobody. Well, nobody. Go ahead and make me a investigation check. As I'm going to describe what happens to Draylin as he is looking around.
What
Still
happens
level
to
0,
him?
right?
What's that?
We're still level 0, right?
Yes, we're still level 0.
Yeah. Cool. My -1 in investigation gives me a 12.
12. Okay,
Ooh.
cool. So, Draylin, you begin to weave your incantation here, and when you finish, there is just absolute intense, overwhelming colors thrown at you all at once. There are little pockets of magic here, there, everywhere. All schools of magic are embedded into the walls, the books. Some of it is just text on pieces of paper. Some of it is trinkets, odds and ends that are here, there, everywhere. And it is wholly overwhelming as this comes into view here. One of the things that you see is that what nobody picks up off of the shelf here, as she finds a bound scroll that's kind of tied up loosely, definitely kind of weathered at the edges as it's been kind of like put on the shelf and taken off many a times. And you open it up, and it looks like jumbled mess to you. But you can make an Arcana check to see if you can decipher what it is.
Well, that's gonna be a not great roll, probably.
No, that's an 8.
Yeah, it's an 8. What the fuck?
Hey,
hold on.
You
What?
both rolls.
Because I'm opening it, so I'm like,
Yeah. And if you're
So
peeking
apparently
over,
it's
gibberish,
an
and then I just
It's an
close
8.
it and like put it back.
all right. It was
I reckon-
it was magical,
I reckon-
but
I reckon any of the things that we find we should probably let Coriander hang on to, as this is kind of their house now.
yeah.
Right?
Right.
Did I see this?
Oh yeah,
or am I...
they're kind of just walking around there nonchalantly.
Okay, well then, yeah. The minute that they pull that scroll out, I'm like, wait, what's that?
And you read this?
And I read it.
You can read it because it is runes, and it's not exactly language here. The gist of it is basically a spell scroll. This is invoking a magic of a certain kind that somebody has written down onto a piece of parchment and has embedded the spell into the parchment itself. And you can tell that this is a scroll of comprehend languages.
Okay.
Be handy. So, I have a passive investigation of 17.
Okay.
Just because I took
We haven't rolled
observant
our
feat.
stats yet. Oh, I'm like, we haven't even rolled our stats yet.
Just like standing in the middle of the room and just kind of, I'm not touching anything, but just looking around. Are there any, I don't know, clues of some kind to maybe
As to what the hell's going on?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe what he's been working on, maybe things that are kind of hidden.
Because I'm
in
kind
plain
of starting to feel like this is actually Arden's fault.
sight. Well,
I
will say,
mean,
I will say, like, nobody feels bad, but like the thought crossed through her mind, like, oh, okay, it was his fault that this happened, not mine. And then she's like, kind of an asshole, but like, at first I thought this was about me.
Right, I don't feel great that I think it's Arden's fault, but I do think that it's Arden's fault.
Elbagar, you find, because you're so low to the ground and you are curious and very observant, you find a few things that most people would probably overlook. Wedged into the pages of a book that is down, spine facing the back of the bookcase here, there is just the smallest gap that is pushing the pages apart here, and there, it's definitely out of place, for sure.
Just the whole book being out of place?
Well, just
Or just the
like,
gap?
yeah, Arden was a kooky old man and had a lot of various machinations, but what he was respectful of knowledge, and this seems kind of out of place for that. What were you gonna say, Nick?
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, it looked like something's like wedged in between the pages.
Yeah, like if you've ever put a pencil inside of like a book, you know, and then closed it, it kind of looks like that. Yeah. There you go.
She'll stroll over. Coriander.
Yes. I was memeing, sorry.
Come. Do you
He
see
will come
this?
over.
Right there.
And he's going to lean down, he's gonna get down there, and then he's gonna pick it up. Like, what is this?
If I
He's
look
gonna
over at them, do I
take a look.
see anything magical inside of that book? With detect magic being it?
Yeah, the book is wholly mundane.
Totally normal. But
What about the thing that's in it?
let it
The
let
thing
it open.
that is in it. You go and bend down and pick this book out of the shoot. I just dropped my pencil.
Oh no!
You everybody just immediately. Oh no!
Oh no!
You go and pull the book out of here, and you see the book is titled "Traps and Hidden Objects," and you open it up into the page here. And there is, kind of half cocked into a cut out portion of pages, there is a small key.
Do I know what the key is for?
It looks really
Is
unfamiliar.
it familiar?
It looks
Unfamiliar.
very unfamiliar. You know that this
Love
house
that for
is
me.
2 stories. There is an upstairs where Arden liked to go and look out onto the city streets and kind of be an old man and tell people to get off of his property. And up there was more of his kind of like lounging / bedroom area. And then this floor is, kind of the common room, spilling out more library-esque study area and kitchen. And you already have a key to the front door. There's no door on the stairs. So...
Well, we should
I'm gonna look at
probably
the-
find out where that key goes.
I'm gonna look at the gap where the book was.
Mm-hmm.
Anything back there?
Yes. There is cut out perfectly. Not like almost to put it into today's terms, like CNC laser cut in perfect square. There is a paragraph that has been outlined by this that says it kind of cuts off like a couple of words, but it's the basic gist of it says that traps and hidden objects are more than likely for the simple-minded put low to the ground to be unseen and unfound by those who choose to be unaware of their surroundings.
Alright, so this key is to underground then, right? Like that sounds... There's the door somewhere on the ground. Let's start looking.
taking advantage of my height.
I would like
Or
to
lack
look
thereof.
for a trapdoor on the ground because that kind of sound, or maybe not on the ground, maybe wall height, like no higher than a foot off the ground. Looking
Sure.
for somewhere that key would go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna check in his spice cabinet.
Checking his spice cabinet. Roll investigation, all of you that are looking for some sort of trapdoor.
Why do we have to be so dumb right now?
I'm like, please let me roll stats.
Right.
Hey!
It's-
I rolled a 19, so that's an 18.
Oh
Damn.
shit.
I don't think people
I
need
rolled a-
stats.
Well,
I rolled a 14, which is 3 lower than my passive.
Well, you're actively doing it.
12. 19 for
Can I
Draylen.
argue for advantage because I'm small?
No.
Oh, wait. Can I cast guidance on
On.
Coriander
Okay.
to look for a trapdoor or something?
Sure, that's fine.
Add a d4. There's a
Add a D4.
little thing that the clerics taught me.
Little nudge.
it ran away from me. That's gonna be a 13.
13. So you got a 1. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Draylen, you go and you cast a spell on Coriander to help kind of look through things. And immediately I get the sense that because of your kind of new beginnings to magic, and now that you're kind of setting off on your own direction instead of being like a cleric, you're a little bit contrarian at this point, you know. So everybody's looking and searching low and stuff, and you start searching along the seams of the ceiling, and just above the window, there is a small opening, not framed by any like golden hardware or anything, but there is a keyhole that is almost imperceptible above the window, the you know, above the actual setting of the window.
It wasn't low at all. It was
Right.
high.
Nobody.
That's why you didn't get it.
You think your tall ass could reach that?
I mean, I imagine I could.
Okay.
Coriander, may we see what this key does? This is your house after all.
Oh, that hurts. He's gonna be like, sure, fine, and he's gonna give you the key.
Okay. So nobody, you go and you reach up. Your tallness helps you out a whole bunch here. You go and you stick the key in, and you turn it. And at first, nothing happens. And as you look around, you notice that near the kitchen area, underneath the kind of bar that is there, this kind of like serving bar, you know how like older kitchens have that like kind of like raised area and has that bar top? He's got one of those, and under there is a cut out hole in the ground, and there is a ladder that goes down. Nothing shifted, nothing moved. It's just there.
I'm gonna run over there.
Yeah. It's a hole
How
in the ground. It's dark.
Creeps over there.
Or does it go?
This is Coriander's been living in this house for, you know, a couple of years now. He's comfortable with just going where he needs to. He's saved this house from catching on fire more times than he can count.
Yeah.
And he's had to fix Arden's shit so many times. He doesn't give a shit. He's going down that hole.
Yeah, absolutely. It's dark in there. There's no light. So, if...
Does the orb glow?
The orb does not glow, unfortunately.
Would you like me to go first? I can see without the light.
I'm like, I can cast firebolt.
Hey,
Yikes.
Oh,
I can-
there's like 1,000 dry tomes down there. It's just, whoosh. All right, cool. Good night.
Here, I'll go down first, and I'll send you a message when I get to the bottom, and just let you know if it's safe even to come down. If I don't send a message, then definitely don't come down.
Okay.
And I'll start climbing down the ladder because I do have dark vision, so I can see down.
Yeah.
Actually, so do I.
You start descending down this ladder here. At first, 10 feet, then 20, then 35, and finally at 40 feet, the just carved stone, the carved like cobblestone that is in the ground finally opens up to a separate chamber, the circular chamber in here that is just absolutely lined with ancient tomes that have been well kept and well preserved in here. In the center of this room, with these inlaid blue bricks in the ground, there is a pedestal that has in this almost like a podium, like a speaking stand.
Okay.
And there is a closed book that is red, and it has what you could only probably describe as like 1,000 runes that have been etched in gold over the cover of this book, from what you can see here.
So I'll send a message back up to Coriander and say, well, you can definitely come down, but now this really feels like Arden's fault.
I'm gonna look around for a light source.
There's a half-burned
That's probably a
candle.
good idea, isn't
Oh
it?
yeah, are there any torches or anything along the walls that I'd be able to light up?
In this area,
here's a
it doesn't
question.
look like it, but what's up?
Here's a question. Arden's a wizard, a freaking weird wizard. Did he have any kind of gadgetry or like a little magical something that he used to light the way in the middle of the night when he wanted to go and ramble somewhere?
No. In fact, he was very annoying at night because he would just go and cast the light cantrip on walls and illuminate large squares of the wall as he was walking, and just leave them there on, mostly in front of your bedroom, and it just poured light into there. And then he would go back to bed and just leave it.
I'm gonna light this
Do
little.
you
stubborn
not
candle.
know the light
It's like
cantrip?
the first thing. Okay, guys, I haven't. Well, guys, you. Sorry, don't mind my crow noises.
I think if you haven't chosen spells yet, the light cantrip would probably just be one that you would know at this point. Especially if that motherfucker was walking around putting it on every single wall, you'd have learned it.
I lost my spells. Oh, I already
I
picked.
think you're wrong.
I already
think the
picked
first
my
one would be the
cantrips.
spell.
Yeah.
Dispel. If only it was a cantrip.
Oh.
Dispel.
If this is the dumbest
Like,
idea
there's
that I
no
can think of.
candles or nothing
cast-
down here in this basement.
If I cast Shillelagh on my staff, will that make it glow?
No.
No. Again,
No,
there is
video
like
game logic here.
there is like
Oh my god.
too many half-burned candles up on the top level where you got, or up on the I guess now the mid-level that you know about of the house, and that's
Alright, look, somebody
Yeah, no,
just
I'm
drop
just gonna go
down a
grab-
bunch of candles and I'll light them down here so we can see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab a candle, light it, and then just start.
descending. All right. Yeah, takes
Before you did that, I dropped a candle down on top of Draylen's head.
Okay, great.
On top of his
grabbing it.
I'm-
And I'll-
you
and I'll
knocked
just
it, you
press
hit him in the head, and I'm like, thank you,
I just
Algarin. And then I'm just
prestidigitation the candle on.
All right.
So I have light
Yeah.
down here.
You see, as you do light the candle, the just dust that is hanging in the air kind of like sparks a little bit, but it's not anything to like immediately emulate anything. It's just kind of like reacting to and kind of making like a fizzing sound.
Makes sense.
It's incredibly beautiful in here. This chamber looks to be untouched for a great long while. It's not terribly dirty. It is dusty, but not dirty. The spines of the books are all arranged. Everything looks to be not only arranged by color, but it's arranged by title as well. So alphabetically and then by color as well. And things are incredibly organized. There is a writing desk on the opposite, on the far side of this chamber here. It's very clean, pristine. There's an inkwell and a feather pen that have been kind of neatly stacked and set aside. Some parchment that has been laid out that is not touched nor written upon. And again, Coriander, as you get down here, you see the this site of this pedestal here. And I think that is where we will take a 5-minute break, get some drinks and stuff, and then we'll come back and we will resolve that. So, yeah.
Take a shot.
Because I was about to say, like, I am gonna walk over to that book when we get back. Just I'm not gonna touch that motherfucker, but I am gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Okay. So, welcome back from break, everybody. That was totally not unhinged at all. We return back to this kind of like antechamber that is in Arden's basement. Coriander, you see the sites that I described previously of this kind of like podium that has this red book with just 1,000,000 runes on it. It's there. It's kind of beautiful in how wonderfully crafted it is, but still, you're in Arden's basement, and it's a little ominous.
I'm going to hesitantly walk up to the book and take a peek at it, see if I can recognize any runes, like from the porridge or something.
The runes on this book are, some of them you can pick out are in different languages. You see a couple of dwarven runes that are kind of scattered, and they are like, one is like the beginnings of a spell, the other one is the beginning of like a sort of like prayer of some kind. You see bits and pieces of different languages, different kind of spells that are kind of like woven into this embossed face of this book, and it's all mismatched. It's from every school of magic that you can think of. It's from multiple different languages. It is all over the place. And it covers, like, not only the face of the book, but travels down over into the spine. And nothing is coherent. Like, it's not making one long spell or anything. It's just bits and pieces, all kind of mismatched together.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
Is that a mistake? Probably.
We'll find out, right?
Well, unfortunately, I'm standing right there because I said I was going to be inspecting the book, so I guess we'll find out together if it's a bad thing or not.
Our magic caster's checking out a book. How about that?
Are there any sign language runes?
I don't think that's how that
there
works.
are braille
I'm just kidding.
runes. Is that better?
Stop! I love that. Okay, yeah.
You can't really do like hand motion, like
No, I'm
No,
it was,
runes,
it was a
but
joke. I'm just memeing.
It's pictures of hand signs.
pictures of hand signs.
It's just pictures of hand signs.
Yeah. Yeah, so you go and you open up the cover of this book here, and it says in an incredibly fancy handwritten script, property of Arden Growth. Beware any of those who choose to delve into the secrets of this book without my permission.
Mm.
And then in fine print underneath, Coriander has permission.
Would Coriander have permission? I mean, he was given the orb and told to protect it with his life, and was also in Arden's mind, his apprentice.
You do
The question
pass
is,
down
will-
belongings to your apprentice when you're no longer heir. So that's your book. Write your name in it. Or maybe don't do that, actually.
I'm not doing that.
I think
Absolutely.
Maybe-
nobody
maybe
would
wait
be
till
the
we
one to
figure
chime in
out-
with that.
Yeah, maybe wait till we
Go
figure
down.
out
Maybe
what
don't
this
do
book
that.
is before we write our names in it. Yeah, maybe.
I
maybe
probably
not
wouldn't
yet.
do that.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
and-
do.
Did you go down, Melissa?
Yeah, I would have gone down after.
Oh, okay. In that case, I hitched a ride on you.
Just like a koala.
She
That's
can't
the
reach
thing
like the different rungs of the ladder.
Wait, I just figured out. Are you guys playing Banjo and Kazooie?
Shut up.
Not intentionally,
figure
but
that out?
okay.
Completely.
They are now.
Oh man, that's
Oh
great.
my god, that's so funny. Yeah, so, Coriander, I don't, see, this is the thing. I am an anxious person, and I don't like this situation.
You're not you right now.
Coriander
Yeah.
is a wizard in training, whether he meant to be or not. This is kind of his shit. So, Coriander,
Sorry, old books, yeah.
yeah, Coriander is going to kind of take a gulp and take a breath and turn the page.
And before that happens, Draylin's gonna take like 3 steps back.
I just
All right.
grab the page, like, hold on,
Hey, wait.
now you can go.
Okay. Coriander, you go and you turn the first page, and you don't know what it is. Maybe it's the tension in the room. Maybe it's being afraid of whatever this book is, whatever it contains, and the grim warning on the front cover. But the candlelight seems to dim as you turn the page, and as it goes to rest on the other front cover, you see immediately formulas, runes etched into the page here that depict how to cast spells. There are hand formations. There are hand formations that have been crossed out and condensed into the somatic components to rid the fluff of all the frilly extra parts of casting magic, the flair parts. You see the writings of somebody who is boiling down spells into their base components and then reorganizing them into more efficient patterns to be used. You see cantrips on the first page here. As you turn the second page, spells that get more and more intense as they go along. There, in the margins, there's writing, notes of in all different languages, not just Infernal at the top and Common at the bottom, but across, the tiniest bits and pieces that are exposed, are dwarven, interposed in between an infernal sentence that normally, out of context, would not make sense, but this dwarven word wedged in between this infernal sentence makes sense if you translate it the right way. It is intense and overwhelming and above your pay grade. You start flipping through, and it just gets even more intense, even deeper into this magical wealth of knowledge here. And I would like you to make a intelligence check for me. Not a saving throw, just an intelligence check.
Christopher, I'm gonna murder you. That's a nat 1.
Natural 1. It burns you out immediately. Like, just the information overload is just too much, and you cannot figure out what is going on. Is it a journal? Is it, just like a scratch book that he used to write down notes? Unsure.
I'm going to close the book before I lose my mind looking at everything, and I'm gonna take a breath, and I'm gonna turn to everyone and just say, we're going to leave this here, and we're gonna go back upstairs. Like, right now.
Right?
You've turned around to Elmgren already, like, searching the corners of the room. What?
Upstairs.
Elbagarin, you can't help but have
Too late.
picked out a very pretty blue book that is in the like subsections of the podium that Coriander was at, kind of like poking underneath his legs and seeing, sifting through these like few select tomes that are there. What it is, an untitled tome that is blue, that has a gradient down to like violet or purple, and yeah, no title to it.
What about this one?
Oh my
He's gonna
god,
look-
why are you always touching everything?
Coriander currently is thinking the same thing. Usually, he's fine with it. Right now, he's
Elbagarin
like,
is a child.
well, and like, Coriander is only, what, like, I think we said 15, 16,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. And he's grieving heavily. So, like, he's obviously not thinking, this is a child, we need to be kind. He's thinking, stop touching my fucking stuff.
While you're face
touching my
palming, I
grandpa's
opened
stuff. No, it's, oh, wait, what?
While you're face palming, I have opened the book.
Oh, I wasn't gonna facepalm, I was gonna take it and look!
Too late.
Too late.
Too late.
I was opening it towards you, so.
Oh, there you go. You're like, what about this one?
What do we
Okay,
see?
I'm like, okay, and I'm gonna look down and see what's in there.
Elbagarin lifts the book up over her head and opens it so that you can read. And this just like intense magic just flows off of the cover here and kind of like comes and like rests on your being, Coriander, as it just kind of like feels like it absorbs into your skin. Along with that, there is I think that your heart drops into your stomach as you see, written in the same handwriting that you saw previously in the book that you just closed, says, property of Coriander Cornwell, magical apprentice, and then in the bottom margins, there is a small note that says, good luck.
I think Coriander immediately is going to, like, his eyes are just going to immediately well. And he's going to take the book from Elbagaran and shut it and say, thank you. I would like to go upstairs now. He's gonna tuck it under his shoulder, under his arm.
The book?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one you handed me, not the fancy one.
All right.
We're leaving the fancy one?
Leaving the fancy one for now.
But no, right, okay.
Okay.
Let's all
Dirty
go
20
upstairs.
to sleight of hand another book.
Roll me sleight of hand.
It is a dirty 20.
This is
Dirty
the only
20.
time we're gonna be in this room. I am sure of it.
You pick up a book that is, it's written in, do you know, what languages do you know?
Halfling, Dwarvish, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. It is written in a in a form of Dwarven script, but the letters don't make sense to you.
Just gonna tuck that away for later.
Just gonna roll a perception to see if I saw it.
Yeah.
But I have a -1, so I literally can't.
Okay. As you all head back up the ladder, Ben, I would like you to add Coriander's spellbook to your inventory.
That was the saddest way you possibly could have given him the spellbook, by the way.
Thank you. I
Like,
try.
for real, that was the saddest way you possibly could have done it.
That's the thing, though. Like, there was the option. There was the option to take Arden's spellbook.
Yeah, but like, that's like trying to take Bill Cipher's fucking journals and also mix it with the book from whatever Harry Potter movie that is. Like, it's like a mixture of those two things. Don't touch it. He's going to, probably. But I think he probably shouldn't.
Maybe in the time skip. We'll see.
Maybe in the time skip, maybe.
I never realized how fucking strange it looks to see, like, my hand holding a pint glass. Like,
Crazy.
because I don't see this. This is the first time I've ever, like... It looks so small.
That's what she said.
That's what she...
No, it just is. No, it just is small
Wow.
in that case.
Damn.
I mean, sad. Ooh, somber, scary.
Yeah.
Guys, take my
Yeah.
adventures seriously.
You are.
Here,
All
I got-
right.
As seriously as any
actually,
D&D
you know,
player
like,
can.
that like wave of cold that you feel when you're like anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you said that it was when you said like it had the thing in there saying that it was Coriander spellbook, I felt that over my body.
Good.
I promise I'm taking it seriously. I'm joking around because I'm fucking terrified right now.
Don't be scared. It's fine.
Nothing about what you did during session 0 leads me to believe that any of this is ever going to be fine. Like,
Just don't worry about it.
I came into this with trauma.
And you're
I
leaving
joined
with
this
trauma.
little game and I received trauma.
And you're leaving with trauma. So, I mean...
yeah.
Trauma.
I
2
fully
sessions in a
expect
row now
I
for you,
before I
Coriander.
get to my task that I wrote.
I don't know. I
alright.
thought that was meant to be like more of a healing moment.
Fuck it.
Is it not? Did you not feel that?
It was.
Oh no!
Yes,
Like,
that
what, getting the book?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just also scared. I, as a player, am scared of everything. I've already mentioned this. The amount of terror that I feel playing RPGs.
Especially after last
No,
campaign, damn.
This is good. You've learned.
It's
Don't worry. You'll get to the point where the fear has passed.
No, I won't.
And you
So
just
future
accept it.
adventures, future adventures. You'll, as a player, you'll get to the point where you accept the danger.
I have accepted the danger. No, the fear will not go away. I will just adapt.
No, fair enough.
All right. So we leave the basement.
You leave
Yep.
the basement.
Exiting the basement.
Exiting the basement here. As you get up into the common area here, it's very still and somewhat quiet in this room here. So quieter than
we
it
left.
was, yeah.
Weirdly quiet, looking around,
Weirdly quiet. And
checking the corners, checking the door.
One of those little gremlins is in the corner.
no. The stillness is palpable, and Coriander, you are taking in what just happened when there is a loud rapping at the door. Just
I'm gonna go answer it.
I think nobody beats you to it. Like,
yeah.
This isn't even your
squared up.
house.
right. But
Oh yeah, a bunch of shit just happened. Yeah,
Yeah,
go for
she's
it.
gonna be
You
like,
be my guy. I like
I
start
take a
walking toward the door and
I'm like, little guy's back.
Okay.
And I'll
Ella's
open
still
the
on your
door.
back.
Yeah, I'll be still on my back.
Yeah, so you open the door, and there is a tall man in the doorway.
Is it Bob Dylan?
It is not Bob Dylan. What?
Sorry, Bob
Not.
Dylan is the thing. My brain never shuts off. I'll shut up.
There is a white tiefling that is in the doorway here. She has on a. I'm sorry. He has on a like this like sort of ornate plate armor that is very well crafted. That looks to have it's well crafted in the sense that it looks very beat up, but it's also well maintained after the fact. You can see there are chunks where there have been like portions that have been like taken out of one of the pauldrons, but they've been sanded down and polished back to not be sharp and more kind of like warrior chic, if you will. And this this tiefling, white tiefling with I believe it is purple horns here. Could be mistaken. White tiefling with these kind of like purple-ish horns. That gosh, now I can't find his thing so I can describe it to you. Give me just a second here.
You got too many tieflings.
Too many tieflings.
Too many
No
teeth.
such thing.
It's a new game. It's like a version of Barrel of Monkeys.
I was thinking that
Yeah.
my first thought was that Adult Swim thing, Too Many Cooks, but it's just tieflings instead.
Okay, come on, pull up here. Please. Please.
Please.
Please.
Here, I'll roll for it. No, you don't want me to roll for it. Last thing I rolled was a 1.
Oh, boy. I forgot to upload his portrait onto my notes, so I have to search through. How unprofessional.
Nation.
Oh, unprofessional. That's okay. We'll just cut it in post.
No, probably not, but it sounds like a lot of work. Where is he? There he is.
Use your imagination.
There is
He's like, I already
this tall white tiefling with this like blood red hair that is kind of parted down the middle. He's got kind of like these like thicker braids that have been tied back in the back. He has very sharp, striking blue eyes. Like a chin strap goatee here that's kind of goes down and twists into a little curl. His horns are white as well, with like purple inlets where the ridges kind of begin to form into the next parts of the bone here, and a large axe strapped to his back. He says, yes, I'm here to speak to a Coriander Cornwell, please.
Regarding what?
Lady Glass wishes to extend a formal invitation, and she sent me to do her inviting, I suppose.
Right. And I'll step to the side and like there's Coriander like right behind me.
Right, this is Coriander Cornwell here. Coriander, I'll say hello to the fine gentleman.
Hello. What's this about?
He puts a fist to his chest and kind of gives a bow here. He says, I heard that you might be taking over the residence here. I just have a few words that Miss Glass has asked me to pass along to you, as well as some documents for you to sign. May I enter?
Sure, come in. Fine, come in.
Wonderful. And he brings out a kind of like leather-bound wrapping, and steps in and shuts the door behind him. Says, I apologize for being so abrupt. Grace usually is not my strong suit, but I do my best to uphold the status that Miss Glass expects of all of her entourage, as it were. I have here the deed to the growth residence that I would like for you to sign, saying that you are accepting the ownership of this abode here. I'm not sure how much you know about Miss Clarissa Glass, but she owns most of the residential real estate in Davish here, and as such, she generally likes to keep her papers in order. Next of kin usually get the preferential treatment for the passing of a loved one or immediate family member. But in this case, Mr. Growth had no other family, so I suppose that since he spoke of you so highly, that he would perhaps want you to have this dwelling.
Coriander's first knee-jerk reaction is to be like, I'm a teenager. Like, what? What? But he doesn't say that because his second thought is, if he doesn't take it, someone else is going to end up with it, and he doesn't want that to happen because he's grieving. And also, they just found a bunch of shit in the basement, and he doesn't really want something to happen to that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to just probably not the greatest decision in the world, but he's gonna go, yes, sure, yeah, I can sign that.
Excellent.
Just to be a little shit, nobody's gonna take a look at it and just cross a few random things off. Like, we're not agreeing to these taxes.
Actually,
Mm-hmm.
gonna read over it. I know I'm 12, but
Yeah. So yeah, your parents have taught you to read contracts and to read the fine prints of things, because in your dealings with the Traders Guild, these things are very important to go through. The legalese of it can mean the difference between an excellent deal and an okay deal. Specific words can mean specific things in certain contexts. Nobody, you go and cross off a few words, and this tiefling says, you've crossed off the word of, house, and death. I do believe you are the brains of the operation. So please, if you'd like to read it further, be my guest.
I'll just kind of gently take the pin out from the hand. I've stepped off the shoulder onto the table and just standing over the document.
Ranger's just sitting here okay, fine, this is occurring, this is my life now.
My breath, I'm just gonna go, I'm just used to a different kind of contract.
Would you like a roll for this?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a general wisdom roll for me.
Well, that's gonna be bad.
Well, you're level
couldn't
0,
it be
so.
investigation? Oh no, it's a 6.
You've been taught to read contracts. You are still a child and have the mentality of a child, and I don't know, a lot of it seems pretty good to you. There's a lot of big words in there that mean something.
He gets a house.
Dwelling.
From what you can,
Coriander,
yeah.
you get a dwelling and a house.
And
Where's
a
the
house.
dwelling?
Is nobody gonna take a look at this too? Or am I screwed? Because I know Coriander's not going to.
No, I'm taking a look at it, but I'm used to hellish contracts, and this is honestly, you're already in better condition than the contracts I've seen.
There you go.
You just kind of stand over it and I don't know. There's not a hex on it, so looks good to me.
Take a look. Just make sure there's nothing that
you're not
seems
selling your soul.
obviously bad. Yeah.
Okay, Jalen, you can make me a wisdom check as well.
Can I, while he's doing that, can I just do Never mind, let him go first. I was gonna ask if I could do an insight check on the guy to just see if, just make sure there's not anything crazy or anything going on. Is he not sitting there shitting his pants going,
Yeah.
Where's my insight? God damn it, my dice keep rolling away from me.
Jalen, what'd you get?
What are you? Not high.
15.
15. Okay. What'd you get, Coriander?
I'm too depressed. I'm too depressed to know anything. I got a 3.
3. Yeah. He seems stoic and unbothered by what's going on.
Yeah.
Draylin, you go over this contract being the only one that is outside of, kind of tween age or adolescent age here.
The only actual normal adult in the room.
And the contract basically is saying, like, due to the death of the due to the sudden death in the from the incursion of aberrant creatures in Davish, the dwelling of Arden Growth shall be passed along to the next of kin. In the event that the next of kin is not available, then a trusted companion shall be made the sole owner of this property, managed and taxed through Glass Properties, yada, yada, yada. Basically saying that Coriander is going to own this home. They're still going to have to pay some taxes on it annually, just to maintain the wealth of all of Davish and to be fair to everyone. But the entire home has been paid for already. So the cost of it to maintain is all upon just Coriander and their, income.
Yeah, seems legit. I'd sign it.
Yep. He's gonna take the signing apparatus and he's gonna sign it.
Okay.
What are we arguing with?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Is there a bank in the city?
There is a bank. Yeah, it's a lot of the banking is done through the heads of the through the guild masters that run the government of this town. So there are 4 separate branches that manage different aspects of the funds of Davish and the Dwarven Kingdom. So mostly like the Traders Guild does a lot of the actual movement of money. They're kind of like more of the accountants, whereas like the Smiths Guild does more of printing and is in charge of minting new coins, things of that nature, and so on and so forth.
Coriander, you should talk to Eris or Alien. See if Arden had a bank account. I will casually throw out the names of the Traders Guild master and right hand.
If you're inheriting all of his stuff, then likely you'd be inheriting that as well. Let's just hope he didn't have debts instead, but knowing Arden, he probably did.
He owned
You
the
said
house?
probably did.
Not across the board. He probably had enough money to pay off those debts, but just didn't.
Coriander is going to nod and be like, "Yeah, of course. Yeah, I should probably do that."
Well, it's not my domain, so I will leave that to the Traders Guild and the rest of the Guildarchy to suss that out. But I will be taking this document, he says as he rolls it back up. Before he rolls it back up, he separates the pages. There's like 3 pages, and tears one from the other, and gives you basically a carbon copy of this contract here. So he rolls it up and puts it back and screws the lid back on this leather case, and kind of slings it back over his shoulder. Now that that's sorted out, my lady, Clarissa Glass, would like to formally now, I know it is stated during the ceremony where all of you received your medals of valor for defending the city of Davish, but We would definitely like to be more personable, as that is one of our main customer retention policies. That Miss Glass would like to formally invite you to the Glass Ball being held in a day. So please wear your best attire. If there is not attire that you deem is worthy, we will be happy to provide attire for the evening, rented through our trusted vendor. We can't have anybody running around the Glass Ball looking like scamps.
When he says that, I want to have Drayla just kind of slow, not super perceptible, give a little side eye to Coriander over there.
Now, Coriander's just going to be like, yeah, no offense taken. I'll see you there.
Wonderful. Glad you're not touchy. Anyways, I best be off. I have important things to do, so if you would be so kind, please arrive promptly. There are no +1s, and enjoy yourselves. That is always the goal of Glass Properties.
Promptly around when?
It will be just before sunset.
Sounds great.
After dark, one of my parents has to come.
One of my parents has to come.
Right, you are indeed a child.
Not
we
a
will-
chaperone. Invited.
I will. I will talk with Miss Glass about the semantics of it. Again, not my specialty, not my strong suit, but I will let her know and see if we can arrange a chaperone for you.
It's just him. He's like, I got stuck on babysitting duty. I could have been at the king's hand, but no, I'm here.
Oh, and I gotta chaperone this fucking kid.
What
Now-
was his name?
He has not given you his
Didn't
name.
give a name.
Oh.
What was
Do
your
we
name?
happen to know his name because he is associated with Clarissa Glass?
No.
Is it?
He is always
Dylan.
near her. No, it's not Bob Dylan. He is always seen near her, so you've seen this individual before when you have encountered Clarissa Glass in the wild. As she's kind of like a local celebrity. But he is never really speaking to anyone. He's always just kind of there. Still heavily armored, still with his axe strapped to his back. Yeah.
Bye, mister.
Goodbye, little girl.
Hey, what was your name?
My name is not important. I
Not
am simply here to do
Okay,
business.
so how do you spell
and that's
that?
it. I assume you know how to
Nobody.
read.
We've
Nice
got
to meet
nobody,
you.
and now we've got
Yeah,
not
I was like,
important.
nice to meet you, not important. I'm nobody.
Hey, you
That-
can see why that's confusing for us. Her name is Nobody.
Yes, that is as I suspected in the beginning. Now, I will take my leave and have a good day.
Like, she's like, clocked.
Bye, not important.
I have a new nemesis.
Add it to your enemies list.
He
Who's
goes.
your nemesis? He's not important.
He goes and opens the door and, without looking back, just shuts it a little bit too hard. And you hear the clanking of armor off in the distance.
Can I prestidigitation a fart in front of his face as he's walking out the door?
Sure.
Can I Thomas Purgy make it louder?
just fly.
Like, this is
Well, no, it
juicy.
It wouldn't make any sound, but you could
but you-
That's what the
thaumaturgy
thaumaturgy is for.
Sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you thaumaturgy the sound, I'll make it smell.
He says, before he shuts the door, he says, if I were you, I would clean up this place and do something about the smell. And then he shuts the door too strongly and leaves.
I was immediately reminded of the little stink cloud in Chowder.
Stop, Suzai! Kimchi.
Yeah, kimchi.
Kimchi, yes.
Coriander is not. He's not paying attention to that. He's sitting here staring at the deed that he has in his hand, thinking, "What the fuck have I gotten myself into?"
You should definitely put that somewhere safe.
Maybe in the basement.
The basement does seem like a very safe place because
It
we
does
just
seem pretty
found out
safe.
that it
It's
existed.
not a bad idea. Is there like a lockbox or anything that I know of? Like, I feel like Arden probably has several around his house.
Oh yeah, there's several. A couple of them have no keys anymore. They've either been lost or broken. But there are a couple of them. Yeah. You were given one when you arrived.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and stick the deed in my personal lockbox.
Okay.
And make sure that that is locked and the key is on my person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then just drop it down the hole into the basement.
I'm just gonna leave it in my room.
There's that too.
Okay.
It's not a mistake, probably, but it's gonna be hidden in my room.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be in my room.
I'll take the key out of the lock that's up high and
Right.
also be like, I don't know if you want to just put this back where we got it or if you want to keep it on you, but
He's gonna take it and he's gonna put it in his inventory.
Okay.
You got the basement key in your inventory now.
The basement key in your inventory.
And we
And I have a mysterious dwarven book that nobody knows about.
I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Do I know about it?
I was like, that's what I said. Oh, shit.
That's not gonna get old during this campaign at all.
never.
Oh boy. Okay, so the rest of the day is yours to do what you wish to. Is there anything you guys want to do in Davish before you head out, or before you go to sleep and prepare yourselves for the glass ball on the morrow?
I can't remember. When did you say the ball was?
Tomorrow.
It was.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Yes.
Got it. Cool. I just as in game, I am also bad at remembering dates of things.
Mhm.
So, forgive me. I mean, Elbagarn was right. I should probably head to the bank. So I guess I'm gonna go to the bank and see if Arden's got some shit.
I guess we're all
I-
just kind of going because I don't really have anything else to do, to be honest with you. I'm just.
You're my friends. You're helping me through my morning process.
Today, I kind of feel bad a little bit because.
This is my morning routine.
My morning routine. Get ready for
Get
get ready
ready
with
with
me.
me.
My mentor just fucking died.
I miss you playing a bard,
I-
Melissa.
Yeah.
it's been difficult.
I am also really frustrated because I wrote a fucking eulogy today, and I
Uh-huh.
left it at work.
Oh no.
Oh.
So I will probably share that in chat later on,
Yeah.
sometime whenever I can get my papers and stuff, and I'll send it to you guys. It wasn't long, but it was just a small little thing that I was writing. But yeah, so I'm going to head to the bank, I guess.
Go to the bank.
Let's head to. I was gonna
Elgarin is
make a reference,
absolutely
but-
like leading you by the hand.
Just like holding my hand.
like,
Aw.
we're going to the bank. Oh yeah, and Anti-Leon and Anti-Eris, they're they're absolutely like do not like to be called that.
I would say that at some point, like soon-ish after the battle, nobody would have had a conversation with Amu about progressing her training and possibly taking the oath while still in training because
Right.
all of this has been a shit show. And I'm like, I mean, dude, like, it's gotta
Come on,
happen.
broski.
Yeah. I think Amu is putting it off as much as possible. After, the threat and incursion that did happen, I think he's even more tight-lipped about it. And it's like, you're obviously not ready yet. Even though you got lucky and didn't encounter anything dangerous, right now you need to focus on just training, learning basics, and a lot of your training has reverted back to fundamentals at this point.
Of course, I'm arguing with him. What do
Yeah,
you mean I didn't run into anything dangerous? We killed a whole pack of those things. We held off that big ass thing. I mean, it killed Arden first, but
yeah.
we held it off.
And he's like, you were lucky that you only encountered 3 of them. Any more than that, and your young child friend would have been toast, would have been dead, would have been probably dragged back to hell by now.
For the record, I killed 2 of them.
Well, you did get a hit with a natural 20 at the very beginning, so
I did, but as soon as I was back up, I took it back to them twice as hard.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Draylin.
So it's definitely an argument back and forth, like probably daily at this point.
Mm-hmm.
She's being kind of bratty.
Okay. Yeah.
As you
Who
should.
Who did you say you were going to go see, Elbagarn? You're taking them, leading to them to?
Oh, we're going to the bank, specifically looking for the guildmaster of the Traders Guild, Ilian, or the right-hand heiress.
Oh, right, Eileen.
Mm-hmm. Eileen. Yeah,
Eileen.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Alien.
That's why I was
I
so
like
confused.
Alien better.
Who's Alien?
And literally, like, calling them
Auntie, yeah.
Auntie.
Auntie. I love that.
Yeah, so you make it up into the keep of Davish here, the biggest building, the most grand, and the Guildmaster's halls. It is grandiose, the pinnacle of dwarven architecture here. The pillars are all straight and cut with high quality marble and inlaid with gold here, there, and everywhere. And the keep is sectioned off into its 4 wings, symbolizing, of course, the 4 guild masters that rule over the dwarven kingdom here. And you make your way to what you know is like the centralized kind of bank portion of the Traders Guild. And I would like for you to roll me a general luck check here.
Me?
No, Elbagarn.
14.
14. Okay. As you are coming up to the counter here, there is a crotchety looking gnomish fellow that is kind of sitting there with his spectacles as far down his nose as they possibly can, with like barely almost falling off, like any greasier on the nose and it would just slide right off. And you see he's like got his head tilted very far back to see down them, and
What's the reason?
the reason is because he is counting money here. Need to change the music. My bad. It's a little too intense. But
I'm listening to fancy music.
yeah. So he's counting out coins and setting them aside, writing in a ledger as he's sitting there counting, and doing it in piles of like 5 to 10 silver, copper, electrum, all sorts of pieces. There's even a few gemstones here and there, and it's kind of behind this like gold barred cage, kind of like the old time banks used to be. You know, they're like that cage, and then a small like kind of like domed portion there. The only thing he's missing is that golf visor, you know, that they would have, that green golf visor. But yeah, you see,
we get up there, and I'm like pushing Coriander like by the calf, and I'm like, ring the bell. You have to ring the bell. The bell. That one.
Okay. And he's gonna ring the
Draylen's
bell.
just like letting
yeah,
like LB do all this shit with Coriander.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So you see, he is there, and he sitting there just counting out his coins here, and looks up and sees you all approach. And Coriander, you go to ring the bell, and he looks over his glasses at you as your hand is hovering over the bell, just waiting.
Do I notice that he's looking?
Oh yeah,
at me?
he's looking straight at you.
Okay, so I'm gonna my hand's gonna pause, and I'm gonna be like, "Hello."
Yes. Can I help you?
I needed to check the bank.
Yes, well, that's where you are, so this is the right place. And Elbagarn, you see in the back that Eileen Goldharbor and Eris Farstride are kind of having a side conversation, kind of like sitting in some chairs behind this caged portion of the bank here.
Hi, Auntie Eileen.
The dwarven lady kind of like sits up and kind of looks out over the thing. She says, I'm not your auntie. I've said that quite a few times. But hello, Elbagarn. How are you folks?
They're fine, despite the mess.
Yes.
It wasn't
well,
me this time.
I'll
That's
walk over there
good.
and be like, I'll actually start talking to her as like an adult, trying to be like figure all this out. Like, hey, so this here that we've got is Coriander. It's Arden's apprentice, and we just got done getting the deed to his house signed over. We're just wondering if he's got any sort of stuff
Oh,
stashed in the
yes.
bank or that sort of. He's kind of taken over everything that was Arden's, and he's gonna be basically the new wizard in that house. He's processing a lot right now, so he's not, you get it.
The gnomish figure's like, do I need to be here right now? Am I?
It's like, do I need to
am
know it?
intruding? Like, he's kind of feels weird about what's going on. You guys directly talking to the guild master in such a familiar tone. Which I'm gonna roll something here. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no.
Vibe check.
Yeah.
Well, the guildmaster knows my parents, so like.
Eileen turns to Eris, her artisan hand, the caravan hand, Spriggan with these long, elongated arms as features, wooden barked skin, but has these like almost like a weeping willow kind of like pink strands that fade to like white, that kind of like cover half of her face and leave like only a curtain kind of peak over one eye. She says, well, I suppose Miss Glass works pretty quickly. Did you set this up, Eris? And Eris shakes her head and she says, well, you know Miss Glass, she likes to take care of things personally, and sometimes goes above our heads, mistress. Eileen says, yeah, that's very true, very true. Well, seeing as that you are now the new owner of the Growth residence, well, now the Cornwell residence, as it were, I suppose that we can move forward with any other possessions that Arden had here. Let me go and take a look in the back, and I will let you know exactly what he had, since he had no kin, I suppose, by agreement of the state, we must overturn it to whoever rightfully should have it. Be patient with me. And she hops down off of her chair and walks back into this kind of like sectioned off corner that she goes around back into the back.
Elby will kind of meander around the counter, looking for candy.
You know that there is one like bank teller that usually has like a little bit of like a dish of candy, but it's on the other side of the bars. And usually when they're there, if you're going to them, sometimes they'll let you have a piece of candy if your parents let you. But go ahead and roll me a luck check to see if they're here today.
Oh, 18.
18. Durbin, the bank teller that you frequent, definitely is here, and he is this rosy-cheeked dwarven fellow that has these big, meaty hands, and he smiles with his kind of like brown, unkempt beard, pretty much like resting on the countertop from the stool he's sitting on. He says, "Well, young Elbagaran, how are you today, young lass?"
Oh, fine. Could use a candy or two.
Of course you would. Where are your parents? I haven't seen them around yet.
There's a mess. I don't know if you heard. I didn't do it. But
yes, the creature.
They're cleaning up, and I'm helping my friend Coriander.
Oh, those are your friends.
And yeah, they could use a candy too.
Ah, okay, I see. You come over here because you know Durbin's so nice and he can't resist you, huh? And he goes and he takes like a fistful of candy and puts it in the little tray, and it kind of like scoops down in and like settles in. It's just a mix of like different kinds of candies that you get at the local shop here. But he likes to keep them by because something to pass the time, you know.
How old is he? Does he have any Werther's originals in there?
Oh, there's definitely. There's like some hard caramels, there's soft caramels, there's like those like little strawberry grandma candies that are usually.
I was about to say, grandma candies in there.
Those things fucking slap.
Those things
strawberry
slap,
ones.
Oh my god. The taste of the universe.
There's like some mango and chili candies in there mixed in as well.
Yeah, we do shit on old people using their strawberry candies, but those things are fucking.
Just like a little tiny pack of marzipan. Marzipan.
Yeah.
And I'll jump up on the counter and kind of scoop it out.
It's like,
all right, I'll pick. I'll pick through it and pick 3 or 4 of them, and just put them into Coriander's hands.
Let me see. You get some sort of peppermint candy, you get something that looks like it's filled with some sort of fruit liquid. It's got like a hard shell around it, and then inside there's like some sort of like fruit liquid. And you get 2 of those actually.
Cool. Let me
And,
put those in my inventory.
Yeah.
Nice, probably. Well, I don't know. He might. He'll eat the peppermint and then he'll stick the other 2 in his pocket.
And Elby's definitely like eating a sucker that is clearly her favorite, even though you said that she gave you the best one.
It's the blue. It's like the blue and purple kind of like 2 flavor taffy that has been like molded into like a sugar glass and wrapped around a stick. That's kind of in like this almost this like swirled like unicorn's horn kind of shape. And it's just like there for you to chow on.
Yep.
It kind of like as you are like kind of sucking on it, it gets softer and softer and becomes like a chewable candy after a little bit.
Your mouth turns blue.
Your mouth turns blue. Obviously.
And she'll start like she gives Coriander the
eating an hour
candy.
later.
She starts sucking on it, and then she stops and. Thanks, Durbin.
You're welcome, LB. Just don't tell your parents that I gave you that much, okay?
Don't worry, I finish it before I get home.
Well, I know you will.
As we're sitting here and Coriander is kind of sucking on his peppermint, he doesn't ever come to the bank. Like, anytime Arden has been like, hey, I need you to go to the store and get this for me, Arden has just kind of handed him money. He's never gone to the bank. His parents were not wealthy people, so like they just had whatever money they had, and then that's basically it. He's feeling, I mean, all of it is overwhelming. Obviously, all of this has been overwhelming, but this is overwhelming in like a quiet way. Like it's like he's very intrigued by what's going on, but he's also not gonna ask anybody anything because he's like, I'm gonna say the wrong thing and they're gonna kick me out of here because this is a fancy building.
Like this is an adult place, and
This
I'm
is
in
an
it right
adult
now.
place, yes.
Like, yeah.
That's what it is. He's like, this is an adult place and I don't belong here.
Yeah. The Eileen comes back around the corner here, and I apologize because I know I switched her accent like twice there, but I'm trying to get it. She comes back around the
You're trying
corner.
accents, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. She comes back around the corner here with a few documents in her hand and a small chest. It's about that big. It's just a wooden chest that has not really anything special about it. She comes and says, Tom, why don't you go take a break for a little bit? And the crotchety old gnome says, all right, still getting paid. And he jumps down and waddles off. Eileen takes his place and sits up, very prim and proper in the chair here, and says, okay, well, it looks like Arden had many possessions, one of which was his real estate, his property here. And I have found that a good sum of his will states that a good sum of his money should be sent off to the Cathedral of Arcana in where is it? In Ormvale. To be spread amongst all of the studies that Lady Sarah Thornheart, Queen Papillona, and the Root Mother will see fit to use as expenses for arcanic research. Um, let's see. There are a few items that he had left here that have also been sent out to the Academy of Elements in Erin. But there is a lump sum of a grand total of 200 gold pieces for set aside for a Mr. Cornwell.
You said that was how much?
200 gold pieces. There is a letter here that comes with the chest as she pushes it and kind of like unlocks and opens a part of the cage here and sets it on the other side, closes it back up, locks it, and says, inside you will find the letter enclosed with the belongings and the sum of money. And you can let me know if everything is there. She then goes and pulls out a small, thin piece of parchment, and she begins writing down the contents of the box that you've been given, and slips it underneath the little concave part up there, and says, "I would need you to sign that, saying that you've received everything that we've talked about, and then you will be on your merry way."
Okay. Can I, I've got the box between me and her. I'm just gonna open up the box, just a little bit so I can peek inside.
Yeah, there is a sealed letter, wax seal, with a custom seal that has been put on this, and it's a very ornately scripted A that you have seen before. It looks like that book that you saw before, how he drew his A for when he signed his name, Art and Growth. It looks exactly, strikingly similar to that.
Mhm.
And that is placed over the kind of two portions of this enclosed envelope here.
Is there anything else inside the box other than what she told me?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like there is a large sum of gold pieces, and then just the letter. The gold pieces
Okay.
are contained in a red pouch on the inside of this like kind of
Okay.
velveted box.
Cool. I'm gonna shut the box. I'm gonna sign her paper, and I'm gonna hand her the paper again.
Very well. Wonderful. If you do have any issues, we give all our residents 14 days to make disputes, and after that, the anything you have before disputing any sorts of large sums of money, items, property of that value will be seen before the guildmasters to come to a decision about where to take your claims. Is there anything else I can help you with today, Sir Coriander?
I I don't know if this is like an all right question to ask, but how much is he sending off to the cathedral?
Um, Normally, it's not really our place to divulge that sort of information. But, seeing as no one else would ever know, um, very, very large sum of money going to the cathedral. Um, it is 2,000 platinum pieces sent off.
Okay.
As well as some
Coriander.
some very powerful artifacts, magical artifacts sent to the Academy of Elements in Erin.
Okay. Coriander is gonna feel a chill down his spine because he knew that, like, obviously Arden had to have money because he was paying to have him in the house.
Yeah.
He never watched him work, so obviously, like, he had to have had money stockpiled. He didn't know it was that kind of wealth.
Oh yeah.
So he's just
20,000 gold.
yeah. So he's just gonna be like, okay, thank you, and then he is just gonna kind of stand there and stare at the counter.
Well, if
Thinking too hard.
there's no other items on your list that I can assist you with, then I will take my leave. I've got a few other errands to run here at the Traders Guild, and a few taxes to sort out. Eris, do we need to visit Miss Glass today? And Eris kind of looks up and says, I think we do. She moves a little bit quick for our bureaucracy to keep up with her paperwork, so I believe that paying her a visit directly to get the documents would be efficient.
Are either of you two gonna be at the glass ball tomorrow? Eris or Eileen?
Yeah, Eileen has on this almost party gold dress that she's wearing. It's thin, very thin material, and shows off a little bit of skin. But she smiles warmly and says, "Oh, I wouldn't dream of missing it."
Aye, alright. I'll see you there. We actually got an invite, so
Oh, I'm very well aware.
yeah, we actually did something good for once.
I'm gonna look up
I'm
up
not
and
getting
down
in
at
trouble.
her outfit, and I'm gonna be like, masks and malcontent, is it?
Only the best.
That's what he'd like you to think.
Oh damn! You're making
Well-
too many enemies.
Eileen says, well, with the amount of money he pulls in taxes for all of Davish, I'd say he's doing pretty well.
I mean, his current line is a little dated, but
So,
Hey, that's just your preference. Everybody likes what they like.
Even if one's own preferences is something less tactful. She says as she is staring at nobody. But I will be on my way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please enjoy the rest of the afternoon. And she gets up and takes Eris with her as they head out of the Traders Guild portion of Deveshian Keep.
for the record, you look lovely. It's the clothes that don't.
yep.
I'll just kind of like lean over to nobody and be like, "Aye, be careful with that one. She's got a wit on her, and also a bit of a temper, so I'd watch out."
Yeah. You've seen Elbagaran. You have seen her specifically fight a lot with what's his name? Rick Black Anvil, the guildmaster of the Smiths Guild. And she, as far as verbal altercation goes, she hits below the belt and makes it sound sexy. So it's like it's she's intense.
Yep. I mean, of the guilds, the traders are going to have the charisma. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay.
You turn around and Elbagaran's been like wandering around with her candy and also like hopping up just to like check the other like empty teller stalls to see if there's anything in the little trays. So
Like
there's
checking
like
the payphone for quarters and everything.
yeah, so there's like sticky handprints in
Yeah.
like all of them.
It's just sticky. Uh, you press your hand into one of them, and there are like 3 copper pieces that got left behind in one of them, and they like stick to the pads of your fingers, just like as you pick them up here.
Nasty.
I'm just gonna they'll go in a pocket. They'll be stuck together.
Hey,
Into
add
my
3 more
pockets.
copper. You're rich.
Heck yeah,
More copper.
for a little kid, you're rich.
Yeah.
I am rich. I got free candy and 3 copper.
Hey, well, is there anywhere else that we need to go check to see if there's something we need to do about Arden's death? Or, I mean, I know we need to go get you, Coriander, and no offense, but also Ellie, you're gonna need some new clothes for tomorrow if we're going to a fancy place.
I got fancies at home.
She doesn't.
I don't.
Elgaren, what do you mean when you say
Doesn't.
fancy?
Yeah, she doesn't.
It is-
She's saying it like it's the fact, but she doesn't.
It's like a Sunday school dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
It's like a, it's like my daughter's like Elsa dress. Or something.
Yeah.
Costume. It's like,
It's
oh,
like
why
it's
does-
definitely like costume
Yeah.
level dress.
Oh,
It's made out of
that
like
ain't
the
cool.
cheapest
And there's, like-
polyester.
I mean, nobody, I don't know if you have any sort of robes or anything that you're planning on wearing, but
I think I'm set.
alright.
I think
I
I
mean-
think I would have brought something with me.
Hmm.
I imagine that the children just don't have nice clothes because they've never been to a formal ball before because...
And we're
Children.
poor.
Man,
Oh,
we're
right, that
poor.
too, yeah.
Well, you're not poor anymore.
You're not poor, actually. I think you
You're
have
not
more
poor
money
anymore.
than the rest
Just-
of us.
we just pulled a Harry Potter on me, Jesus.
Well, a Harry
I mean-
Potter in the sense that like there was a lot of money, and you got this much of it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
You
sure that
literally
happened to him
got
too.
Well, yeah, but he still got like, didn't he get like
Yeah, like
distributions of it?
donations.
Yeah.
From like people.
Mm,
You
Mhm.
like all of it kind of just like for you is like here's your change, and then all the rest of it is now in someone else's care.
yeah. Well, and like Coriander, it doesn't have the capacity to be offended by that right now.
Mhm.
Like I'm sure, a couple months from now, he's gonna be like, "Man, Arden,
That
would have
motherfucker had
been nice to have
2,000
some more
platinum,
money."
dude. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he doesn't have the capacity to feel offended right now. Honestly, he just feels kind of numb.
Mhm.
You said we need to get you some clothes, and he just kind of like slowly looks over to you and is like, What? What are you talking about?"
Your attire is not really formal ball attire.
Does it have to be a dress?
No.
Okay, let's go.
I can't afford something nice.
You have 200 gold in your pocket right
Yeah,
now.
Elbagaran's just gonna like rap on the box. That's
Yes,
in
you
your
can.
hand.
Coriander feels like this is blood money. He doesn't want it.
I mean, it kinda is.
Yeah, that's not helping. He's never had this much money in his life.
Yeah, and to put it in perspective for
Well,
everyone, like a gold piece a month is doing all right, you know. So to have just this lump sum of 200 gold pieces is a huge improvement over what you've been living off of. And I mean, Arden definitely funded your lifestyle, and he every time you went out, he definitely gave you too much, and you could feel that. But it's kind of just like doubling down on like, oh, he gave me too much because he truly did not care about the value of this, or truly had
So much that it
like
did not.
so much that it didn't matter. It was like anything he needed, any kind of like obscure, hard to reach, hard to get magical components, he would give you more than enough for it. Which is why like the very like slim pickings from Farmer Barn definitely where they had to import stuff from Orumvale is like, yeah, it was like, yeah, this is like 10 gold pieces, which is, you know, like almost a year's salary for some people. So.
Yeah, so Coriander is not even thinking about this as like one of his possessions yet. He's just like, I don't.
Hey, nobody, where should we go to get the young man some nice threads?
I mean, is there any other clothing shop really that does fancy clothing?
There's a couple of tailors, but if you're looking for fashion, Malcontent's got what you need.
I hate to say it, but I think we need to go to Malcontent. Just...
Didn't they kind of indicate that they were going to give us a deal so that we were appropriately addressed?
Right, but so here's my thing, is that now that he's rich, he's probably just gonna need nicer robes. And he's a wizard who owns a house. It's like, you need some wizard robes. Right?
We don't have to spend it all at once.
It's not gonna be 200 gold for a robe. It'll
Here's
be like,
a question.
who, if he wants the nicest one that exists?
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Does Coriander know if Arden had anything nice in his closet?
Every time you've gone into Arden's closet to clean it out, there is like variations of the same robe that have been worn, dirtied, and then hung back up by himself. So you think probably not. And you've had to like go in there and root around and figure out which ones smell bad and wash them and then take them back, and then you know, the cycle just continues.
Right.
Maybe you can learn a lot of things from Arden, and fashion shouldn't be one of them.
I guess fine. I suppose I should. I guess I need something.
We probably shouldn't carry around the box. That should go back in the house in a safe place.
Yeah, we can carry that back.
That's a lot of money. Yes. Let's head back to the house, and then we'll go Master Malcontent and get some clothes for the newly rich man.
Don't.
All right.
Don't call me that.
You head
Newly
back.
rich boy?
You head back to the Cornwell residence, and
God, don't call it that either.
it's in writing now.
This makes him uncomfy.
Yeah, now it's in writing. So.
I mean, the government knows about it now, so.
He will never refer to it as the Cornwell residence.
Nope.
Not recently.
Head back, kind of drop your stuff off here, and then head out of your home towards the northern districts of Davish, where you know to be kind of the richer portion of town, and where Masks and Malcontent is housed. Let me see here.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
How much money would Coriander have had prior to this?
Probably maybe like I want to say like,
Just say he gave you a gold a month.
probably about like maybe 30 copper pieces. Just from like the change from like getting stuff back from vendors that you would spend your money on, you know.
Okay.
So about 3 silver pieces worth.
I'm rich.
So you head
Hey, Cat.
off into the uh, northern district here. Traylin,
Yes.
as you are walking here, there's this kind of like shorter, like figure that has kind of like a large collar that's kind of and a wide brimmed hat. They're maybe about like 4'3" ish, so definitely kind of larger than um, larger than Elbagaran, but kind of a little bit shorter than a dwarf. For what you can tell, just is not paying attention to where they walk, and just like bumps right into you, and kind of like is taken aback for a second, and looks up at you, and you can tell that they have these like animalistic, like raccoon-like features underneath their kind of like hat that they're this like black hat that they're wearing. And they look up to you with these like wide eyes and says, "I'm sorry, I was so deep in thought, I wasn't watching where I was going. My apologies."
No worry. Can I real quick just not like super noticeably, but kind of do like a self evaluation? Like, did they take something off of me? Did they? Like, are they bumping in as like a distraction type thing,
Are
or are
you
they?
making that obvious, or are you?
No, I'd like to make it like more of just like a self talk, like, oh hey, and then just kind of like hold
Something
my
ran
hand
into
to
me,
myself
dusting
and like
myself off.
check, like, yeah, oh, like, oh, and
Yeah.
like making sure I have all my own shit
Coin
still.
purse seems to be there. It's uncut. And this person seems to be genuinely kind of surprised about what just happened. And they kind of like look around for a second and says, "Well, sorry again. I apologize. I'll be on my way. Um, I'll be more careful. Sorry."
Hey, just take care. Watch where you're going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. You do the same. And kind
Anything
of
else
pitter patters
interesting
off.
about them?
Yeah, as they walk, like, can I like watch where they walk off to?
Yeah, they kind of walk down the street, just straight forward. They kind of pause at some intersections and look up, and kind of like trying to get their bearings as if they don't really know where they are, and then picks a direction and just walks down, kind of like an alleyway more towards the actual guild hall.
Elvie will actually like run after them once she sees that he's like clearly lost,
Mm-hmm.
and like look down the alley. Like, do you know where you're going?
A bunch of people turn around, and dwarves, maybe one tiefling, an elf, and they're all kind of like wondering what you're talking about, and person's gone.
What? Well, she's just gonna like run
He's
back.
got one of those little gremlin things with him. They turned him invisible.
Draylin, as you go to kind of inspect your belongings a little bit closer here, there is a slip of paper in your pocket, that is folded up, neatly, creased very carefully. Yeah.
What does it say?
It says, need to talk after you get suited, meet me at bed rest for the bedless. And then at the bottom, there is a single letter that's an H.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of read it, tuck it away. Alright, let's go check out. Let's go get some clothes.
Okay.
Clothes.
So,
Oh,
you guys head off again after that disturbance in the direction of masks and malcontent. And I think that is where we're going to go ahead and finish our session for tonight. Session 0.5 or 0.25, one of the three.
We'll just call them the background session.
The
The
background
next one.
session, one of
Yeah,
them.
the background
we're,
session.
Yeah.
we're doing the prequel sessions now, and
Yeah.
then we'll
When we
get to the
time
sequel.
skip, that
Yeah.
will be actual session 1.
That will be
Yeah,
the actual
exactly.
session 1.
Once we get there.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me in collectively telling this story together.
Yeah.
I hope that you guys enjoyed yourselves playing tonight, and I hope that whoever is viewing this out there, you enjoyed as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe,
Oh my god.
and join our Patreon. For
this is on.
This video is sponsored by
Rage
by
Rage
All in that shot.
by
Not actually sponsored by Dots, but buy them. These pretzels are
Oh my
so
God.
fucking
No,
good.
we can't give them
Not
free
for
advertising.
Products in there.
It is sponsored by me and my dice
Yeah.
that I
Oh,
made.
yeah.
Uh,
Plug
Wizard's Rude Dice Shop.
Sponsored by Free Roam Brewing Company.
Dice.
That's where I work.
Things that Chris made.
Make good fucking beer.
Yeah.
No, you can't see any of that. Well,
All right. Well, good night, everybody,
I don't know.
and we will pick this up next week.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.